different types of media, why this media is related to democracy and various other things related to the chapter, right? So we are going to use a resource today. Our school has provided us with this Tata class, right? It has beautiful modules which are explaining about different concepts. So you will get a clarity about the concept and you will enjoy also. So this won't be boring to you, right? So let us start let's start this with a video, right?
In today's world, the internet has made information easily available on phones, TV, tablets, etc. You can read the news or listen to the radio and watch videos at the click of a finger. But the internet started just 20 years ago. How did media evolve over the years?
Chalo, question here is, when did internet service started in this world? How many years back? 20 years back, right? So it is a new additional thing which is not in your textbook. So let us continue this.
Media is the plural of the word medium, and it stands for the different ways of communication. It includes phones, newspapers, radio, television, etc.
So media, right? Media is just an exchange of information. It can be from an individual to individual or a group of people also, right? Mass media basically means that when information is given to lot many people together at the same time. There are various types of mass media we have, right? So we have this newspaper, which every day your parents, your grandparents must be reading. You also must be reading, right? So information related to politics, the government orders. Then there are various advertisements also, sports, music, fashion industry, film, everything is covered in that. So you got everything in that. Then again television, so various TV serials, then mythological serials, then you get news, various news channels are there, then various games are also there, music channels, so many things are there which give you a variety of information. The third thing is the radio. Again, this is a type of mass media which gives information to everyone. If you have seen, you must be traveling, right? You people all travel, we all travel together, right? So while traveling, we always tune to the radio stations. So music is given to us, so we are entertained. Then we have various news there that floats on it, and then various advertisements are also there, right? So do you have experienced this thing?
Yes.
Then the telephone, right? The earlier thing nowadays less used by people, but yes, it is also one of the ways of communication where news can be exchanged from an individual to other individual, right? And then the computers. So internet, with the internet facility, these computers are a great help that gives information to lot many people together. So various social media platforms are active on the computers only, right?
The technology used by mass media is a very costly affair. If we take the example of a TV news show, it requires a TV studio, anchor, lights, camera, sound recorders, transmission satellites, production team, creative and research team, etc. All this comes at a great cost. Secondly, mass media.
So this media, right? Media requires a lot of money. We have, if you have seen those news channels, the shows which are put up, right? There are anchors, right? There are people who are sitting. There are so many support staff with them. There are various technologies used. High-tech machineries are used. Everything is used. So all these cost a lot, right? Because there is upgradation in technology from time to time. So that these media houses have to upgrade it. So that is why this media is costly and it requires a large amount of money.
Is able to reach more people due to technology. Technology keeps changing, and to keep updating to new technology requires a lot of money. Isn't a phone today much more advanced and expensive than a mobile available 4 years ago?
Is observed as a historic thing.
Newspapers too face the same money crunch. Thus, most newspapers and television studios belong to big business houses. Media house.
So there are various sources of income also. Money is required. reason why these houses are not so, rich enough to accommodate all the expenses. So they get this money from different advertisements, right? Advertisements keep on playing, right? So those companies provide them with the money, right? For broadcasting their advertisements on the channel. So they get money. Then again, there are various companies, right? Various businessmen are there who also give money to these media houses to promote their thing. So money is gathered from these very sources.
Bosses constantly try to get money in different ways. One of them is by advertisements. Advertisements of chocolates, home products, sports gear, cars, and many other things are constantly shown on TV or aired on radio. Popular programs especially have many advertisements so as to attract the audience to the product. The world of media appears a very glamorous, but it has to find ways to generate money.
So these are the various methods through which money is generated. Let us recall what are the methods. First one is advertisement. And why are these advertisements run on these channels?
To attract the persons, to attract people for buying the product,
Buying the products, right? Yes, you
to promote the product.
to promote the project also. Right. So let us continue.
Which among the following has made media information easily available on phones, TV, tablets, etc.? Select the correct option and click submit.
This thing, right? Information easily available on the phones, television, tablets, all these things. What is the most important thing required? Yes, please.
On internet.
So everyone agrees?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Internet has made media information easily available on phones, TV, tablets, and so on.
You all got the correct answer. You know the reason why? Because you are very attentive and this is quite attractive, right? That is why you are paying attention. Chalo. Let us have some more questions now. Chalo. Who owns most of the television channels and newspaper in our country? Non-profit organizations, government parties, and business house. This you need to, understand. Just think and then answer. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, government parties.
Government parties. Is it correct?
No,
ma'am. Yes, Ishan.
Option C, business houses.
Business houses. Shall we go with business houses?
Yes, ma'am.
This is correct, right? Chalo.
Yes.
Shall we take one more question?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of technology does mass media spend a lot of money on? Latest, obsolete, downgraded. Think and answer. Yes, Abhimanyu.
Latest.
Latest. What does obsolete mean? We need to understand the terms also, right? What does obsolete mean? Yes, ma'am.
Using the technology which they used in the past.
No, this word obsolete means which is useless, which is vain. So latest must be the correct answer, right? Let us see. Yes, this is also correct. Now let us continue with the chapter and let us see the next thing, right?
Take a look at these 3 headlines from 3 different newspapers. Which one of them do you think has a balanced tone? The first 2 headlines are not balanced.
Chalo, 3 different news, right? These are in the newspaper. Read each news carefully. Try to understand that what these news implies to you, right? Then we'll continue. First news says that taxi drivers block roads to the protest fuel and price hike. Government hikes fuel prices, provokes taxi drivers, and third, fuel prices hike by unrest between taxi drivers and transport ministry. If you are telling me, you need to tell me with reason, right? Yes, Arun.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it is the third news because in first and second news they are just forcing that in first one they are saying that taxi drivers are blocking the roads because of the and they are protesting. In second one they are saying that it is government fault that they hide the rate of the fuel. That's why they provoke taxi drivers. But in third news it is balanced by somehow that they are saying that it is a conflict between them.
Any other thing? Let us see what the video says, right?
As one blames the taxi drivers while the other blames the government. It's the third headline that provides an independent and balanced view of the situation. So what do we mean by the independence or freedom of press?
So balanced news is always required. All the positive and negative aspects should be known to people, so that let the people decide what is correct, what they should go with, right? The freedom of press. There is a word called censorship, right? You must have heard somewhere or other, right? This censorship means when you are controlling something. Censorship of news means when government or any other agency is controlling the news, what should be told to people and what should be hidden from them, right? So that is the censorship. Freedom of press, right? It is very important as these people should have freedom to express their views, express people's opinion, and people should know what is correct and what should be followed by them. So freedom of speech and expression, right? That is one of our fundamental rights. So that is related to the freedom of press because media is the freedom of medium is the expression only, right? A way of expression. So it should be unbiased. It should be free for people.
It means that the press or any kind of media has the right to report news without being influenced by the state or any private and public authority.
So it says that media has a right to report news without being influenced by. It is not always that they are barred from giving the information, but an influence can also change the news, right? So they should not be influenced by any public or private authority. It means government or any other private authority has no right to influence the news.
Though our constitution doesn't specifically mention the freedom of press, it is implied in Article 19(1)(a), which talks about freedom of speech and expression.
So again, this is something which is not in your textbook, right? So you can note it down that Article 19(1)(a) of the Indian Constitution, it implies freedom of speech and expression, and through this only they have the right to, give the information in a correct way to people.
In a democracy, the press plays an important role by acting as the communication channel between the government and the citizens.
Again, very important thing. This media plays an important role. There is government. We are a democratic country, right? So we have chosen our representatives to form the government. And the working of this government is to work for the welfare of people. So media plays a very important role in giving public opinion from people to government. Whatever they have, the aspirations and desires of the people, that should be informed to the government through a proper channel. So media plays an important role here between the government and citizens.
An independent press also informs people about various national and international events, thereby helping them to form their opinions.
So these are the different forms of media which we have, right?
A free press offers mediums through which people can voice their views freely on any subject. Television chat shows and public opinion columns in newspapers are two such examples.
So, two examples how this public opinion is formed. At the prime time, 9 o'clock in the evening time, right? It's called an evening discussions are there on the news channel. There is people related to politics and common people. They all together discuss about various issues which are prevalent there and the possible solutions which can be. So this forms the public opinion upon. This is the first thing, and second is about the editorial columns. If you see the newspaper, right, the 5th page of the newspaper always have an editorial column. So views, various eminent writers and intellectuals, they write articles over there. So reading those articles can also help in forming the public opinion.
But first and foremost, the press needs to provide a balanced and unbiased report which covers all aspects of a news story. Do you think the press always succeeds in doing so?
Let us talk something which is very important, right? This media has the power, it has the control, it helps in forming the public opinion, right? So in order to have this public opinion, what is required? Information from both the sides, right? The positive and the negative, everything is required. The question asked here is, the press always reports a balanced and unbiased thing. Balanced is when it is having both positive and negative aspects. Unbiased means not favoring a particular party or group of people, right? So do you think the news which are floating nowadays are biased, unbiased or biased? What do you think? How many will go for unbiased? And for biased? Not many. You think that the news are unbiased, right? Why do you think so?
Ma'am, particularly sometimes the media is controlled by the big business houses. That's why. So when they are wrong, so it becomes difficult for the media who have given them advertisements to take decision against them. That's why sometimes they are controlled by big business houses.
So do you all agree that the news are biased?
Ma'am, sometimes they can be biased and sometimes they cannot be biased. Yes.
Okay. What is important? Having what do you prefer to read? And a biased news or unbiased news?
Unbiased.
And what will help you in forming a public opinion? Your opinion, right? What will help you?
Unbiased.
Unbiased and balanced report, right? That is very important in a democratic country to have an unbiased and balanced report. Or else there are so many countries which are dictators, right? So the news houses, everything is in their control. So whatever is given to people is through their passages only. So that is difficult in those kind of countries. The media is not free.
Unfortunately, not at all times. The press sometimes faces censorship from government authorities, which means it cannot disclose certain news items or images to the public. During
Sure. Is this correct? This censorship is correct?
Yes. No.
Yes or no?
No.
Sometimes it can be correct as to protect the confidential information of the country, and sometimes it is not good.
Asha, let me give you an example of the censorship, right? When media was censored once. Did you ever heard the emergency era?
Yes. Yes.
Did you ever heard
Yes.
emergency era?
And that Indira.
Yes, that Indira Gandhi
Yes.
term, right? That time when there was emergency laid in the country, so in certain conditions that emergency was laid, people were not informed about the actual reasons for that emergency. So this media was censored at that time and not everything was told to people. So people could not understand what actually the reasons were, why this emergency was laid, and what were the consequences, what would be the consequences of those emergencies. Right? So let us continue again.
During the 1970s, Indian press faced censorship as a state of emergency was declared in the country.
Right, from 1975 to 19.
Nowadays, media is also controlled and financed by influential business houses. As a result, the media tends to promote the interests of these business houses while presenting a news story.
So pressure of the business house, that
Sometimes the media also focuses on a news story to gather public support for the concerned issue. This is how the media sets the agenda for an issue.
So, setting the agenda, right?
The media also exposes corruption through sting operations. In such cases, in spite of facing resistance from powerful people, the press does its duty by reporting the facts. It remains the responsibility of media to present the whole story to the people in a balanced way.
Again, the same thing, balanced and unbiased information is always
However,
required.
it is also the responsibility of the people to be equally vigilant and question the information provided by the media rather than believing it blindly.
All this news which is circulating, right? It has impact on the citizens in one way or other way. So it is the responsibility of the citizens that we should, relate ourselves to such kind of news and to understand why this is required. If these many thoughts come to people's mind, right? How is this news impacting me? Suppose the petrol hike, right? The price in that petrol. So it will affect lot many things, right? When the prices increase, what will happen? The prices of your articles which you are getting, maybe at various shops or fruit vendors or vegetable vendors, everything will be, it will increase, right? So that is impacting you in direct manner. Is this news report telling us the whole story? Again, when you read an article, when you read something in the newspaper or magazine, or when you see a news channel, right? So this you need to think that are the various aspects related to a particular news being told to you or not? And then when and who is the media trying to focus on? If they are, focusing on government, then you need to think why media is focusing on government only. If suppose they are focusing on a company or say an organization or a group of people or maybe a leader, then again you need to think logically that why they are focusing on particular person or group of people only, right? Why the whole matter is not told to you.
Only then people can make correct choices. For instance, media may help people decide which party they should vote for.
So, is this important?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
During the elections, just before the elections, an environment is created in the country. Some political parties which are in favor of a particular government, they give their support. The opponents, the opposition party, they are always in opposition to the present government, right? So they try to make an environment, and all these things which are circulating in the news influence the mindset of people. So that directly or indirectly affects the election, right? Election process, you all know, your parents are taking part in the election process. What is that for? For electing your representative, right? And then those representatives will make the government which will run your country for next 5 years. So what things should be kept in mind while choosing your representative? Various things, right? It should be about their background, it should be about their education, it should be about their social work which they are putting in the society, it's about their personality. So many things are there. So how these opinions are formed? With the help of media only. It is circulated, right? You must have seen so many, small videos related to personalities that give you information, right? The upcoming elections are the Lok Sabha elections. So whenever that is very close, so you will get so many video clips and information and those things, right? Memes kind of things.
I mean, every news channel, they are like.
They will start focusing on, right?
Like
These people.
during elections, the rallies were there, so media focused on them at a point.
That is also one of
Ma'am,
them.
media will hype the elections.
They will hype the election. That is very important, right? So, this is related to democracy. Is freedom of press important in a democracy?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Can you tell me 2 reasons why it is important
press does not have freedom, they will not be able to tell us about things, and we will not be known about things that we should be known about.
Is it correct?
Yes.
Can we add on some more points?
If press will be not there, we will not able to get the information regarding what is happening, what is government doing.
What is the government doing, functioning, all the welfare programs, all the pros and cons of the present government. So many things are there, right? Which we need to be informed about. Anything else? Yes, Shashwat.
Ma'am, we will get unbiased news if the media will get freedom.
Media will get freedom. So it is important, right? It is important. Yes.
Ma'am, even though if we got freedom in these press and all things, so ma'am, media can tell us about the functioning of the government. So it can give us a chance that we have to choose the representatives after 5 years or not.
5 years ago. Right. Correct. So till here everything is clear to you? Any questions? Any questions?
No.
No?
Yes.
So shall we sum up the chapter now?
Yes.
Good. Let us sum up the chapter now. What does the word media means? Exchange of information, right? Through various means. This is communication when we are exchanging your ideas and things, right? This media is plural of the word medium. Medium means a way of exchanging. Way of communication in the society. There are various ways, right? For example, we have television to broadcast news, to have entertainment programs, then various other things are there which give us information, then radio, one of the important means of communication which gives you entertainment, news, they are giving you advertisements also, making you aware about new products which enter the market. So it is up to you to decide if you have to pick the product or not. Then newspaper, very common from the very old time. This newspaper has been an important part of our lives. The day starts with the newspaper, reading all the information. What does this newspaper mean, right? Do you know what is the full form of this newspaper?
Newspaper means a paper where all the information of everywhere is collected.
I know the full form of news.
Tell me.
North, east, west, south.
Past and present events, both. This is newspaper, right? North, east, west, south. Past and present event report. This is the full form of newspaper, right? Then internet, very common. We have mobile phones, we have laptops, tablets, then we have these PCs also. So all this runs with the internet. Although without internet you won't be getting these informations. We are connected to other parts of the world. We feel like a global citizen, right? How we feel like a global citizen? Yes, we are connected to everyone. Some of your relatives or friends may be in another part of the world also. You can talk to them. You can have video call. You can get all the information. Everything. So this is the reason why we are called as a global citizen, as we are connected to each other. No? Media and technology, right? So all these things. Again, one thing which we have skipped, right? Media is of two types. One is print media and other is electronic media. All the things which are in printed form, right? Maybe the newspaper, pamphlets, magazine, all these come under the print media, and whatever is floated in the devices, that is electronic media. So television, your mobile phones, tablet, laptop, everything else comes in electronic media. So this all media, right? They all require money. What is the usage of money here?
For advertisement.
For getting information, right? First thing, because they need to hire people. There should be some people to present the news also. Anchors are required, very correct. Then modern technologies are required. Devices are required. Have you seen OV vans? Which have, you know, those satellites and everything. That is very costly. And every news channel has, they should have it.
And
Yes.
it should also connect with that dishes and satellites.
it should be connected. That is the service provider which gives them that service, so they can exchange their information from that satellite only. In every mobile phone or every other device, electronic device, this media is, they can show their information. That requires a lot of money. So that money comes from, again, advertisement. The most important source of income for any media house is advertisements. Advertisements provide them. And why they show their advertisement? Is that important?
Attract people towards the product.
To attract people towards the product. There are various charges of this also. For prime time, for the whole day, straight in the morning, right? Because people are more attentive in the morning. Everyone, keeps on scrolling things. So, that time is prime time, and even the evening time, from 8 to 10, when people are free and they are focused on these channels. So, these times, the cost of the advertisements on this time is way more than the other time of the day, right? So, it is in lakhs of rupees. Then again, television images travel huge distances. We are sitting here, right? If we want to say, physically it is not possible for us to go everywhere. But when you watch a video, suppose of Antarctica, right? So you can see a video and you can imagine what kind of surroundings are there, what kind of environment is there, what you need to prepare, right? If you wish to visit that place. So all these informations can be given to you by this media only. Again, the same thing that we discussed about advertisement time. These technologies are expensive, that require money. So money is earned from various advertisements. It can be so many things, right? So these are the examples. Every now and then you can get these advertisements everywhere. The billboards, right? When you drive in your city, so that is also one of the way. Now next is democracy. Are you getting what we discussed earlier, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it clear, huh?
Yes.
So next is democracy, right? Media plays an important role. Can one of you tell me why this media is important in democracy? Yes, Vijay?
Media is important in democracy. Media plays a very important role in democracy. As I also told earlier, it provides a balanced report. And if government is not functioning properly, so media can tell to the person, tell to the country that this is the problem which we are facing. So we can protest, use signature campaigns, and can ask government to resolve and to find solution of the particular problems.
Okay, so this is really important. What is balanced report? Yes, Siddhi.
Ma'am, it shows the public's opinions and the government's response to it. Also, it is mainly like it is showing both the things, the bad side of it and the
Positive
good
and the negative, both the sides. So let people decide what they have to go with that. And reality of media, right? We discussed that also. Are they really biased or unbiased? What is
Sometimes
that?
like they are biased and
Ma'am, it
sometimes they are
depends.
not
It
biased.
is hard for them because of the pressure of business houses. They give money and they're forced to.
Sometimes they are biased, right? Sometimes they are unbiased
It
also.
depends.
So it depends upon
The
media house to
the situation.
media house, right? And then the last thing is setting agendas, right? So this media plays a very important role in influencing the thoughts of people, right? They form public opinion through various things. Various discussion forums are there, various editorial columns are there, various articles in the newspaper, so many things are there which help in people forming the public opinion. So whatever issues which are, very important to focus on, they are taken into light by media. It can be any. It can be construction of healthcare facilities. It can be, making of giving employment opportunities to people. It can be educational facilities. Anything it can be, right? And so these are the. So let us sum up the chapter. Hope you all have understood the chapter, right? Is there anything which we need to discuss again?
No.
Okay. Was this module interesting?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understood everything?
Yes, ma'am.
So there are certain worksheets which are left. We will do that in the next class. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.